Picture this. It's 1944. You're an American soldier, seasick, cold, and holding a gun that jams every third shot. You're about to storm the beaches of Normandy. And on the other side, a German soldier with a machine gun and a sandwich. Now imagine the Allies never get past that beach, and everything goes downhill from there. In real life, D-Day was a huge success. Thousands of Allied troops broke through German defenses. France was liberated. Germany lost the war. But let's say one thing changes. The weather holds off. Rommel actually skips his wife's birthday, and the Germans figure out the invasion isn't happening at Calais. Oops. Suddenly, all their tanks and big guns are actually pointed at Normandy. June 6, 1944. Operation Overlord begins. Except it doesn't. American paratroopers get scattered across random farms. One guy lands in a pigsty and never reports back. The British commandos walk into a minefield because the map was upside down. The beach landings? Total disaster. The Germans are ready. Rommel's yelling orders. Machine guns are firing. And a random private named Hans is having the best day of his life. They just keep coming. Do not stop. This is your cardio. The Allies suffer massive losses. The operation is called off within 48 hours. Back in Washington. So, we lost? Yes, sir. Welp. America panics. Britain is demoralized. Canada just quietly walks away and pretends it wasn't involved. Churchill gives a speech. We shall fight on the beaches, unless, of course, the beaches have already been taken, in which case, we shall fight on the golf courses. Back in Berlin, Hitler loses his mind in reverse. Wait, we actually won? I don't have to yell at Steiner today? Now the Germans launch their own big push. Not into France, they already own that, but somewhere stupid and riskier, Africa and Britain. In North Africa, Rommel returns with a tan and unfinished business. This time, I brought enough fuel. And sunscreen? Priorities. They sweep through Egypt and push the British all the way back to the Suez Canal. The Allies scramble to stop it. But with the Americans out of Europe and the British tied down at home, there's no one left to help. And then, Operation Sea Lion, the invasion of Britain. Hitler gives it another shot, except this time, the Luftwaffe isn't completely useless. Also, the Royal Navy is spread too thin, and most of Britain's men are still in Canada for morale reasons. We shall fight in the hills, unless the hills have already been bombed. Germany establishes a beachhead in southern England. Panic spreads. Scotland just straight up declares neutrality. Meanwhile, Italy, still busy losing Rome to 5 angry farmers and a guy in a hat with a feather. So the Germans sweep into Italy to save it, because Mussolini somehow lost Rome to 5 guys with a Fiat. Meanwhile, Stalin is furious. The Soviets are bleeding troops on the Eastern Front, and now the West won't be invading after all? No second front, no relief. Why is everyone always betraying me? You do have a mustache that screams untrustworthy. The Germans throw everything at the Soviets. Tanks, planes, propaganda leaflets that smell like bratwurst. It works. The Soviets are pushed back to the Dnieper River. The US decides to focus on Japan, which takes longer. Because without the Nazi distraction, Japan is now twice as annoying. China still fights like hell, but the Allies are stretched too thin. Britain? Churchill resigns after someone replaces his whiskey with tea. A new government seeks peace. France? Occupied again. The French resistance now operates from a single cafe in Belgium. The Cold War starts early, but this time, it's between the Nazis and the Soviets. And then comes the final move. The Soviets regroup. It's 1946. They launch one last massive offensive into Poland. It's working. Berlin prepares for evacuation. And Hitler? He turns to his one man, his myth, his legend, Steiner. Steiner will counterattack. Sir, he has 40 men and a dog named Klaus. Perfect. Rain pouring. Mud everywhere. Everyone's miserable. Until we're outnumbered, outgunned, probably doomed. But I brought music. He hits play. Everyone stops, even the Russians. One German soldier loads a rifle in rhythm with the song. A tank revs to the beat. A goose salutes. The counterattack begins. For Erica! Even the Soviets are confused. Are they singing? Do we shoot? I want to hear the second verse. Somehow, they win. Berlin is saved. The Soviets retreat. And Erica becomes the unofficial national anthem of the not-so-free European Federation. So what did we learn? If D-Day fails, the war shifts, Germany survives, millions more die, but Europe changes forever. There's no EU, no NATO, no freedom, just one awkwardly dominant Reich and a bunch of really nervous neighbors. And Steiner, he becomes a folk hero. Every May 5th, school children sing Erica and throw sausages at tanks. Because in the end, it wasn't the plans, it wasn't the tanks, it was a goofy little harmonica song. That saved Berlin. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and let us know. Would you have trusted Steiner? And more importantly, would you march to Erica? We know you would.